An empire that wasn't Roman, it wasn't holy, and it wasn't really an empire. Yet for over 1,000 years, it dominated Europe. Welcome to the story of the Holy Roman Empire, a political enigma that shaped the future of the continent. But how did it rise from the ashes of Rome, and why does it still matter today? To understand the Holy Roman Empire, we need to rewind all the way to the year 476 AD, the year the Western Roman Empire officially collapsed. Rome, the mighty civilization that once ruled from Britain to Egypt, was no more. The empire of the West fell to a series of invasions from barbarian tribes, Visigoths, Vandals, Ostrogoths, and left Europe in a chaotic, fractured state. The fall of Rome shattered Europe into small, warring kingdoms. But even as the great Roman Empire crumbled, one thing didn't die: the idea of empire itself. The idea that one ruler, backed by the power of Christianity, could unite a continent. Enter Charlemagne. In 800 AD, on Christmas Day, the king of the Franks was crowned emperor of the Romans by Pope Leo III. This moment, this coronation, was the spark that would eventually ignite the rise of the Holy Roman Empire. Charlemagne's empire stretched across modern-day France, Germany, and parts of Italy, reviving the concept of a European empire. His reign was a golden age, pushing back invaders, spreading Christianity, and even promoting a renaissance of learning and culture in a Europe that had been steeped in the darkness of the Dark Ages. Charlemagne wasn't just a king, he was a reformer. His empire was the bridge between the ancient Roman world and the medieval world that was just beginning to take shape. But, as with all great empires, Charlemagne's death in 814 led to instability. His empire was divided among his grandsons, and the dream of a unified Europe seemed to vanish once more. Yet, the seed of the Holy Roman Empire was planted, and it would take another powerful ruler to bring that vision back to life. Enter Otto I, Otto the Great. In 962 AD, Otto I, the King of Germany, was crowned emperor by the Pope. With this crown, the Holy Roman Empire was reborn, but not as the centralized, absolute power we might expect. Instead, it became something more fragmented, a loose federation of territories with one emperor trying to maintain control over vast, often rebellious lands. Otto I's Holy Roman Empire spanned modern-day Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and Italy. But here's the twist. It wasn't an empire in the traditional sense. It was a collection of independent territories, kingdoms, duchies, and principalities, each with its own ruler, often with more power than the emperor himself. Unlike the centralized authority of Rome, the Holy Roman Empire was decentralized. The emperor ruled by divine right, backed by the Pope, but had very little real power over local lords and nobles. The empire was held together by loyalty, religion, and often fear of external enemies, like the growing threat of the Ottoman Turks. One of the biggest challenges for any Holy Roman emperor, the power struggle with the Pope. As Europe's religious leader, the Pope had the power to crown or depose emperors, and this led to centuries of tension. The most famous conflict? The investiture controversy between Emperor Henry IV and Pope Gregory VII, where the emperor was forced to stand barefoot in the snow to beg for forgiveness. These conflicts between church and state define much of the empire's history. For centuries, the emperor's authority was constantly challenged, not just by the Pope, but by local rulers, greedy princes, and rising nation-states like France and England. The Holy Roman Empire faced one challenge after another: wars, invasions, and internal strife. But despite it all, it managed to survive for over 1,000 years, changing with the times. By the late Middle Ages, the empire was a shadow of its former self, its power reduced to the whims of local rulers and the military might of powerful monarchies in France, Spain, and England. The 16th and 17th centuries saw the rise of powerful kingdoms that were no longer interested in submitting to the emperor's rule. The Reformation, sparked by Martin Luther's 95 Theses, shattered the unity of Christendom, and the 30 Years' War, 1618 to 1648, left the Holy Roman Empire in ruins. By the time the Enlightenment came around, the empire was deeply fragmented, and its political influence was at an all-time low. The final blow came in 1806, when Napoleon Bonaparte, after defeating Emperor Francis II, formally dissolved the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire, once a great symbol of European unity, was gone, but its legacy lived on. The idea of a united Europe, the relationship between church and state, and the power of monarchies versus local rulers continued to shape the future of Europe for centuries to come. So, what was the Holy Roman Empire? It wasn't a traditional empire, but a complex, decentralized collection of lands bound together by religion, loyalty, and the ambition of one emperor after another. Its rise, struggles, and eventual fall shaped the Europe we know today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most fascinating empires in history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more history content. Let us know in the comments what part of the Holy Roman Empire story surprised you the most. See you in the next video.